Welcome everybody to our June work session in preparation for our July board meeting. We've got a couple illnesses tonight. Stephanie and Ricky are under the weather, and Vince has a business obligation. So we're going to be short a few people, but we'll carry on. Thanks for the guests that are here tonight and the school people as well. Ms. Bramlett will have the invocation and the pledge next week. We'll approve the minutes. We'll approve the agenda. We'll have some committee reports. I guess we won't have a clean school committee this time. Superintendent may or may not have some recognition.
That time of year.
And we might have some visitors, and at this point, we don't have any requests to appear before the board. Dr. Green?
Okay, I'm Dr. Green tonight. He's at a conference. So with the support services, communication reports there for as normal. If you have any questions, please let us know. Nothing out of the ordinary with it tonight.
Okay. Ms. Houston?
As normal, I'll have my invoices paid between $10,000 and $24,999 for the month of June. The first one is with Winger Out Corporation, paid out of the general fund, $10,633.07. That was the four-step choral riser, and that's for Appalachia High School. Wilson Language Training, paid out of ESSER 3 funds, $23,850, and it's for Readiness Funded Foundation, foundations, probably foundations.
No, it's foundations. Yep.
It's foundations, okay, foundations, and that's district-wide. Orton Gillum Online Academy, paid again out of ESSER 3 funds, $14,875, and this is the basic language courses, and so that's district-wide, that's for literacy. Hansford Hay Truck and Trailer, paid out of the general fund, $17,666, and this is purchase of a livestock trailer for Westside Middle School. And Pro Sports, this is paid out of Appalachia High School's school funds, $20,693, and that's for football uniforms for the Appalachia High School football team. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pearl?
He's on vacation.
Okay. Anybody? Nothing?
Yeah, we can, it's just again, the normal, just photos of everything going on. Things coming at pace. I think they've got the full pad done at this point, all the time for each board. The weather's held out. This is what we're calling affectionately the wall of Barrow, the back retaining wall. It's a good size one, but it's pretty much finished, so that's a good thing. I think just moving right along. Good shape. If there are any questions I can answer, or I can get them for you. And Kendall's here also, so I just realized Kendall was here. Questions.
Or maybe Kendall was going to step in tonight, but you remain seated.
On time and on budget.
Absolutely.
All right, good. Dr. Moulton?
Just not a formal report from teaching and learning tonight.
Okay, thank you. We don't have anything to clarify. Move on to the consent agenda, the old business. Dr. Green's policy revision. Removing the policy JBD absences and excuses from public review and approving said policy. We'll move that to the consent agenda for next week. The millage rate, we'll vote on that tonight after we come back from executive session. General fund budget, we'll vote on that tonight. And the other funds budget, the general fund and the general funds, other fund budget, we'll vote on that when we get back from executive session. Okay. New business, Nicole Trump.
Hi, good evening.
We want to recommend, the superintendent recommends that Gold Star Foods be our food distributor for next school year. They were our only food only ones that bid on this for food vendor.
Okay, and it'd be 3.5 million for the year, and we would have the ability to roll it for the next 3 years.
Is that a guaranteed price for the next 3 years?
I cannot say for sure with the price increase and everything. We all know that groceries, food costs and everything. They're outrageous.
Yes, they are indeed. I would agree with that certainly.
Yeah.
But we need to know if we can get a guaranteed price on that.
They haven't,
Or a commitment to not charge more than a certain percentage over that.
it's a certain, yeah, commitment not charging a certain percentage.
How many people did you ask to bid on this?
We put it out for bid and no one bid on us. Except when we found Gold Star Foods.
That kind of hurts our leverage.
Yep.
Never hurts to.
No, that's
And-
bad.
A lot of the distributors are getting out of the school business. We're very low on there. We found out with US Foods that we're only like 8% nationwide of their business, and they're just not making money on it.
Okay. Any other questions? Consent agenda,
You consider you want us to bring it back?
you want us to bring it back, Lynn?
If we can, I'm fine with it on the consent agenda if we can get a clarification.
Okay,
on
we'll do it.
Yeah,
Just let us know.
okay, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Green / Dr. McMichael.
Michael, okay, we've got actually two policies, y'all probably, I know we've sent out a couple policy updates and hopefully kept you up to date. Two of the laws that the legislature passed, the first one is the divisive concepts. And we're required to actually have this is one we're required to have by April 1st or August 1st. So we need to go ahead and get it on now. The state is, Board of Ed is just put out their version. It really doesn't differ from this at all. So if it had been a week ago, I would have said we may have to come back and make some changes, but we need to go ahead and get it through. I don't think we'll need to make any changes. This comes straight out of the law, the verbiage is straight out of the law. And so we just need to go ahead and get that moving through the process so we can have it approved by August 1st. So it's very clear definitions, everything on it. And, have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Yeah, of course, a new policy, but no revisions, nothing else in there. It's just all new. And basically, it just kind of codifies most of the things we're already doing and already having policies. But following the law, we have to have it in this format. So.
Any questions?
I have a comment. I'm fine with this as it's written. My problem is the enforcement of this, because it needs to be enforced. And we have
By
to
law,
have a
we have to.
process. I know, but we need to make sure that we have the process in place and that we're following that.
Yeah, we've already got training and everything else. All staff for the administration. We will, for the law, we always do.
Now, this was the first one that they had
Yeah, there's a second.
on there that talked about that the teachers can't put their spin. Is that the way the state had it written on that top page? Did you put that right there in front of you?
Yes, this came.
On this one right there.
Yeah, this is,
Have you read
this
it?
is the first page is by Harvard and Hartley Hawkins. Kind of the summaries,
Uh-huh.
the policies on there.
And then
the
when
back
you went
part.
to the back where, when you read it, it said that they couldn't, because remember that situation that we had at that.
That's what,
So
that's what this is
will
for.
be.
And we will,
So that can't happen
we've
anymore.
got a lot of training and teachers, and administrators will have to go through the training.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll table that
Yeah, that'll need to just go on the table for until
public review.
public review, meeting after next.
And then we've got the Parents' Bill of
Bill of
Rights.
Right is the second piece of that. It does not have to be up by August 1st, but we had it ready, so we can see any reason to hold off on it. Again, same type of thing, all the definitions, everything comes straight out of the law. Come from Harvard and Hartley and PSBA. Improved. Questions, and again, training, we will have to lay on training for this for everyone as we start the school year back.
Any questions, comments? Okay, that'll be tabled as well.
There was a third, I just wanted to point out too, that had to do with recess. We've had that policy actually for years. We're one of the, like 2 or 3 in the state that actually already had that policy, so we don't have to make any changes. So we'll get that.
Okay. And then the 2022 exemplary board application.
Yeah, and that's all, everything's pulled together, everything's ready to submit, we just need to draw to.
I need to ask a question about that because Valerie Wilson said something about they're suspending that this year because they're revamping the requirements for that.
For this year, this is actually for last year.
Oh, okay,
So,
all right.
yeah, we won't have it, we won't have to do all of this coming year that we did
Okay.
this year for last year. It lags a year.
Yeah.
We're gonna revamp it again. Second or third time.
I think she said there wouldn't be any board acknowledgements either this coming year.
Right.
That was all part of
And
the
I,
same.
when I saw 22,
Yeah, they're
I'm
doing,
still thinking
they
22 and not.
they broke
24.
ties that were, y'all know that Georgia was one of the first to kind of break ties with the National Association and start their own, so there's a lot of things they're gonna be redoing. and coming up with.
Okay.
My opinion, not really a bad thing. That's just my opinion.
Okay, moving on, authorizations for committees to meet. Stephanie, Ricky, and I will visit schools in August. Teacher of the Year is done. We're also reforming the committee, the school lunch committee. I think you'll have something out soon on that. All right. We're going to go into an executive session to discuss or deliberate upon the appointment, employment, compensation, hiring, disciplinary action or dismissal or periodic evaluation or rating of a public officer or employee, or to interview applicants for the position of superintendent. Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
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 Yes.